Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 18th December 2023. So current affairs is very important not only for UPSC but if you are preparing for any other competitive examination, current affairs plays a very important role and you will be getting good chunk of questions from current affairs. Okay. So actually beginners, you are facing a lot of problem, yes or no, to understand current affairs. But there is no choice, you have to know what is happening around you. Okay, at the district level, at the state level, at the national level, international level. So at these all stages you have to know what is happening because you are going to be a future bureaucrat. So if there is any challenge that is coming before you, you need to be ready to face that challenge with courage. So for all those things, yes, current affairs is very important. And especially I saw many students are doing mistake while reading newspaper. So they are reading each and every word which is given in the articles and they are making note of each and every word which is given here. So that is not at all the way of reading current affairs. So before reading current affairs or before starting reading either Hindu or Indian Express, so first you have to by heart the syllabus. So why syllabus? Because syllabus, it is a guide that will guide you like in which path you have to move. So you have to know the syllabus exactly, and if you know the syllabus, then you can easily pick up the articles from our newspaper which are relevant from our examination point of view. So if you don't know like what is present in your syllabus, then how can you read which article is important? It will not happen, right? So you have to focus on the syllabus first. And here we are going to take Delhi edition of Hindu and we are going to first pick out the articles and I will let you know from which subject point of it is important, and even we are going to see like different perspectives, like in how many dimensions you can think about that topic, and even we are interconnecting one subject with another subject. That interconnecting is very important to clear your mains. Okay, so that is the introduction of this class, and one more request from my side here is, so if you are watching this news analysis, please do watch regularly and be consistent. And please let me know how many of you are consistently watching this news analysis, and please let me know whether this type of approach is useful for you or not. And please let me know if you are a beginner or not. Okay. So based on that majority, if there are major number of people who are beginners means, so we are going to even see some static portion also. Okay, so that is my intention, to know whether you are a beginner or not, or else even if you can tell me like how many years have been you are preparing for UPSC, so that thing also please mention in the comment box, so that based on that, so I will be deciding like whether to teach from the basic or from advanced level. Okay, so this is the front page of Hindu and the first article is important from our UPSC point of view. So it says that 9 workers killed in a blast in an explosives factory near Nagpur. So in Maharashtra, in one industry, there is blast happened, and in this blast 9 people they were killed. So how can we connect this topic with our UPSC? So in UPSC we have disaster management, which comes under GS paper 3. So in that disaster management you will be studying about floods, earthquakes, volcanoes. And even there is one topic that included recently, that is industrial disasters. That is industrial disasters. So you can see like there are a lot of disasters happening, especially in Tamil Nadu in Sivakasi region. So it is very much famous for firework industries, and majorly the firework industrial disasters will be happening there. And even you know about Chernobyl disaster and Bhopal gas tragedy. So in the same way, whenever any accident which is happening in the industry and if it is killing the people, that will come under this topic called as industrial disaster. And what can you read in this topic? So first one is you have to know what exactly industrial disaster means. So we have Factory Act. So according to this Factory Act, what is the meaning of industrial disaster? The first point is this thing, and next one is you have to see what are the reasons or what are the causes of this industrial disaster. And even there is one more perspective, that is you can see what is the classification. You can see like what is a classification of disaster, and at last you can see like what is a way forward. So how can we minimize this disasters? So these are some important dimensions that you have to think regarding this topic. So this is the only topic which is important in our front page. So apart from this, okay, so this is a repeated topic, that is about role of governor. Okay, so especially in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Telangana state and Haryana and Punjab, so that is the issue of this governor. So whenever the bills they had been passed in state legislature, they are not being passed by the governors, or they are not giving assent by the governors. So that is the issue, and this issue which went to Supreme Court also. Okay, Supreme Court said that it is not well. Okay, it is not good for the democracy. And even Tamil Nadu government went to an extent like it again repassed the same bills and they placed before governor. So here also one important issue which is present, that is Article 200 of our Constitution talks about the powers of governor in the passage of bill. Like what are the veto powers? But this article in our Constitution is not said about what happens if there is a withholding of bills is happening and if the same bills which had been repassed again. So at that time again our Supreme Court intervened, and now Supreme Court said that whenever the bill which had been withheld by the governor and again that bill is passed with or without changes, then that bill will act as a money bill. That bill will act as a money bill. So in the money bill there is very less role of governor. So governor he can't reject the bill, he can't withhold the bill, and just he have to give assent. So this is the thing which said by Supreme Court. Okay, so this is the thing that happened recently, and a number of times we discussed this topic, right? Yeah, now let us move on. So here you can see like other topics like global coal demand likely to decline by 2.3% by 2026. So it is a thing which said by IEA. So what is this IEA? So IEA is International Energy Agency. So this came up with a forecast that so we are going to reduce the coal consumption. So you can connect this topic with COP28 that held recently. So in this Conference of Parties 28, so one important area that they discussed here is to phase out fossil fuels. Yes or no? To phase out fossil fuels, and we have to move towards renewable energy. So we have to go for phasing out of fossil fuels and we have to use this renewable energy. So it is one important reason, okay. So actually in countries they came up with INDs, that is intended national determined contributions. So in that contributions many countries said that they are going to decrease use of this fossil fuels. And even many countries they came up with this net zero targets, or we can also say it as carbon neutrality targets. So what is the meaning of net zero or carbon neutrality? So it is nothing but how much amount of carbon dioxide release is equal to the amount of carbon dioxide need to be absorbed. So the net carbon emissions should be zero. So actually India's target is to come up by 2070. So carbon neutrality target of India is 2070, and China said it is going to get by 2060, and other European countries says that it is 2050. So but in this COP28, that is Conference of Parties 28, it said that so all countries need to take some effective steps and they have to come up with this carbon neutrality by 2050. Okay, so here you have to see like why there is a decreasing of coal demand. So actually as you all know that whatever the electricity that we are getting, So mostly from thermal power. For example, in case of India, so most of the electricity that we are generating by using this coal, that is called as thermal electricity. So whenever you are using this fossil fuel, so there is a cause of concern that so lot of amount of carbon dioxide will be released into atmosphere. So because of this carbon emissions, that will in turn leads to global warming, and global warming leads to climate change. So because of climate change, now we are facing like climate change impacts like heat waves, melting of glaciers, unseasonal rainfall, droughts, floods, etc. Right? Okay. So because of this, here IEA which said that so there will be decreasing of demand for coal in the future by 2026, because most of the countries they will move towards renewable energy sources. So for example of this renewable energy sources, we have solar energy. Okay, we have solar energy, we have wind energy, tidal energy, like, okay, so you have to know about that. And next topic is Kashi Tamil Sangamam, a strengthening idea of Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. So here you have to focus on especially what is this Kashi Tamil Sangam. So there is a high chance of getting question in your prelims. And this topic of coal you can get question in your mains. But this Kashi Tamil Sangamam, so you will get a question in your prelims for sure. And this topic is important from your GS paper 1 under history. So we are going to see this topic in detail. Okay, so that's all in our front page. So now let us move on. So in the city page I found nothing much important. And you can directly move on to the states page. So in the states page also most of the articles are political articles. You can leave them simply. And most of the paper is covered with advertisements as usual. Yes, in this editorial page we have good number of articles. So this is political article. Remove that. No need of reading that. And next topic it is about Forest Rights Act. So why this Forest Rights Act is in news? So recently in 2006 we came up with this Forest Rights Act. So as it is protecting the rights of forest dwellers and as well as scheduled tribes who are present in the forest. But here you have to know about what is this Forest Rights Act. So what exactly meaning of forest rights? So what are the meaning of this forest rights? And you have to see like what are the provisions under this act. So which are the subjects covered under this? And even you have to see what is the significance. So actually one important issue here is whenever we are going for development projects like building of dams or laying of roads and railways, etc. So we are going for encroaching of this forest lands. Okay. So because of this we are going for exploitation of forest. So we are going for the exploitation of forest in the name of national interest. So this is one cause of concerns. And even one more issue here is when you are going for this development projects like dams, railways, roadways, okay. So we are forcing many people, okay. We are forcing lakhs of communities. They are mainly sending out from their habitats and they are settling in the normal mainstream society. But what happens, so even though those people they are coming out of their habitats, they are not getting proper resettlement and reconstruction, rehabilitation, because these people they do not have proper skills, so that they are not getting the good employ or good jobs. Okay, so they have to do some low skill labor work and their remuneration is very low. Okay, they are paid very low and even they do not have proper education and the proper skills, and sometimes they cannot mingle with the mainstream of society. So those are the problems which are mainly seen. So because of this, yes, already we came up with this FRA, Forest Rights Act, mainly because these people they are went for the historical injustices. Okay, so because of this, yes, now we have to focus on this FRA. So this is the thing which mainly said by this article. Okay, so this article especially says that we have to recognize the rights of this forest dwellers and scheduled tribes which are present in this forest. Okay, that is the thing which mainly said. And next topic it is about Israel-Hamas issue. So already we have seen number of times, but here there is one key word which is given in this article, that is about Red Sea. So you have to see where is this Red Sea located, and you have to see like how this Red Sea formed. Okay, formation of this Red Sea. So in this formation of this Red Sea, you will come across plate tectonics, and you have to see map of this Red Sea and which are the countries to having the boundary and nearby water bodies that you have to see from this topic. And this topic we discussed in yesterday's class. It is regarding decreasing of our exports, and this topic is important from your GS paper 3 under economy. Okay, and in this opinion page there is one important article, that is unemployment remains a cause of concern post pandemic. Okay, so this article is talking about unemployment. So you have to see what is the meaning of unemployment. You have to see what exactly the meaning or definition of unemployment, and you have to see different types of unemployment. For example, cyclical unemployment, frictional unemployment, structural unemployment, seasonal unemployment, disguised unemployment. So we have a lot of types, you have to see that. And even you have to see what are the reasons for unemployment. So actually what we are studying in our academics, so that skills are not meeting with the demands of the companies and industries. So it is one primary reason why the students after completing their graduation, they are not getting jobs. Okay, so here you have to see like what are the measures can be taken. You have to see what are the measures can be taken. So these are some important dimensions that you have to think. And this topic is important from GS paper 3 under economy. So now let us move on. In this text and context, there is one article that is selecting election commissioner. So recently what happened in Rajya Sabha, one bill passed, that is election commissioner, chief election commissioner and other election commissioners appointment, conditions of office and terms of office bill 2023. Okay, so it is talking about independence of appointment process. Okay, so this article is important from your GS paper 2 under polity. And this topic is important from both your prelims and as well as mains, especially in your prelims. So there are some favorite areas where question will be asked by UPSC in polity. That one area here is elections, electoral reforms and ECI, that is Election Commission of India. So this is very, very important. So we have to see this topic in detail. And here even you have to see like which are the articles relevant to this election commission. That is article 324. And next topic is what led to the coup attempt in Sierra Leone. So here you have to see where is the Sierra Leone is present. Just map based thing is very important. And you can move on to this news page. So most of the articles are political articles. Okay, so if you're from Gujarat, then this topic is important, that is Surat Diamond Brows. Okay, so recently our Prime Minister, he inaugurated Surat Diamond Brows in Gujarat. So it says that it is going to add 1.5 lakh more jobs. Okay, so this is one important topic that you have to see. And this world page also there is one article that is about NATO. So you have to see like recently which countries they joined NATO, that is Sweden and Finland. So here Putin, that is Russian president, he says that problem started with Finland after it joined NATO. So after Finland joined NATO, now Russia is also facing problem with Finland. Okay, so Putin, he said that yes, we are having the problems after this Finland joined NATO this year, because it is going to create a new military district in the northwest of Russia. So this is the thing which said by Putin in a interview. So Finland, which is sharing about 1340 kilometers of border with Russia, and recently in April this joined NATO. They are going to have the military base. So they will be the standing military across this border. So it is one cause of concern for Russia. So this is the reason why Ukraine want to join NATO, but Russia don't want the Ukraine to join this NATO, because here this NATO forces will come, or military will be coming very much near to the border of Russia. That thing here Russia don't want to have. Okay, so that's all. So these are the very important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper, and we are going to see the analysis of these topics. So I will be covering the most of the articles within the time limit. And one more thing here is we are running this prelims booster course. So in that prelims booster course, you will be having day-to-day schedule, everyday test, and on Sunday you will be having revision, and you will be having 3 live classes per a week, and you will be having full length test from February. Okay, and even we are going to provide the notes of current affairs, and one-to-one mentorship is there. So try to join that course, and if you want to join the course, you can call me on the number. So number is 8074765513. So this is the number to which you can call me, or you can WhatsApp me, or in Telegram also you can text me, so that I will be giving you response regarding this course. Okay, so this course is absolutely beneficial, so please do join the course. And let us see the notes part. So the first article is 9 workers killed in blast in an explosive factory near Nagpur. Okay, so this article, as I said, it is important from your disaster management, which comes under GS paper 3. And in disaster management, we are connecting this topic with industrial disaster. Okay, so now let us see what is exactly the meaning of industrial disaster. And already you know about the context, that is 9 people, they were killed in this blast. So according to Factories Act of 1948, which recognizes industrial accident. So only this Factory Act of 1948 which recognizes industrial accident. It is an occurrence in an industrial settings, and it causes death and bodily injury to the persons. Okay. So and even because of this accident, so it is making that people unfit to work in the next 48 hours. In the next 48 hours, if they are not working, then this is called as injury under this Factories Act of 1948. An industrial disaster which is considered as an extreme event. So it is an extreme event which resulting from industrial accidents. So these may result in injury or death of people. Okay, it may even causes injury or the death of people and animals. It also causes damage to the property, and even that will leads to environmental degradation. So if we are talking about the classification of industrial disasters, we have normally 2 types. So first one is routine disaster. So routine disaster means there will be the large extent, and it constitutes a majority of industrial disaster threat, and even they can be managed easily. So if you are changing the principles and protocols, you can manage them. So what about this surprise disaster? So these surprise disasters, they are unpredicted. So we can't predict that. For example, Bhopal gas tragedy, for example, Minamata disaster and Chernobyl disaster in Ukraine. So these were the sudden and they are unpredicted. So such type of disaster are called as surprise disasters. And next one is, why do this industrial disaster will occur? So what is the reason behind that? So first one is because of unsafe conditions. Okay, so these can be classified into 2 types. The first one is because of technical issues. Okay, so because of use of defective equipment or defective machines or materials, and whenever there is no proper arrangements of lighting and ventilation, there is no proper storage without adequate safety measure, that will lead to accident. So this is the technical causes. And next one is working causes. So working causes means because of psychological reasons. Okay, of monotony of work, tiredness, working overtime. So when you are feeling fatigue, frustration, that will contribute to other type of accidents. This is called as because of working conditions. So this incident which had been happened. And even because of unsafe acts also, we can see the accidents will happen. For example, whenever there is a wrong attitude, whenever there is bodily incapacities, whenever there is lack of skill or knowledge, that can cause incidents. For example, unauthorized operation, operation at unsafe speeds, careless disposal, failure to use this protection equipment and other safety attires, and whenever there are any distractions, quarrels, abuses. So these are the some important reasons which causes accidents, which comes under this unsafe acts. And other causes are, for example, because of presence of dust, fumes, unhealthy environment, weather conditions also, that will causes accidents. So this is about industrial disaster causes and classification. And now let us see next one, that is Kashi Tamil Sangamam is strengthening idea of Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat. So this topic is important from your GS paper 1 history, and here there is also one scheme is involved, that is Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat. So that Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat is important from your governance point of view. So in governance we will be studying the different schemes which comes, right? Okay, so you have to know about the schemes. So whenever any scheme it is coming in the paper, so that is very important, and you can get a mains based question or even a prelims based question from that so and so scheme. So that is happening. So it is a trend in UPSC prelims, and we have to follow the trend, right? And if you see the context, it says that, so if you are following the trend, UPSC says that we will set the trend. So that in the last time or last year paper, so it was like a very shocking because of changing of options by UPSC. Yeah. So now let us see the context. It says that Prime Minister said in Varanasi that Kashi and Tamil Nadu, they have been sharing emotional and creative bond. Okay, Kashi and Tamil Nadu, they are sharing emotional and creative bond since the time immemorial. So because of this, we came up with this Kashi Tamil Sangamam. Okay, Kashi Tamil Sangamam, and we want to improve or strengthen the idea of Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat. Okay, so this is statement is given by our Prime Minister directly. And if you see details, it says that the emotional bond, shared by the people of Kashi and Tamil Nadu is unique in many ways. Okay, so it is unique in many ways. So Mr. Modi said that inaugural ceremony of second edition of Kashi Tamil Sangamam at Namo Ghat. So actually there is inaugural ceremony of second edition of this Kashi Tamil Sangamam. So actually this program is organized by Ministry of Education. So this is very important from your prelims. And it celebrates, reaffirms and rediscovers age-old links between Tamil Nadu and Varanasi. So now let us go back to history and let us see some facts regarding this Tamil Nadu and Kashi relation. Okay. So Kashi Tamil Sangamam celebrates many aspects of historical and civilizational connection. It is between the North India and South India. So this objective of this Tamil Sangamam, Kashi Tamil Sangamam, it is to bring two knowledge and cultural traditions, that is North and as well as South, to create understanding of shared heritage, and even it is very helpful to deepen people to people bond between the regions. And apart from that, here you have to see, so this is organized by Ministry of Education, also the collaboration with other ministries like Culture Ministry, Textile Ministry, Railways, Tourism, Food Processing, Information Broadcasting, okay, and even Government of Uttar Pradesh. So actually it is also very much synchronized with our National Education Policy of 2020. It is emphasizing on integrating wealth of Indian knowledge system, and they are focusing on modern systems of knowledge. And IIT Madras and Banaras Hindu Universities, they are the two implementing agencies for this program. So if we are talking about the cultural significance, so King Parakrama Pandya, okay, the King Parakrama Pandya, he ruled over the region around Madurai in 15th century, And actually this king wanted to build a temple to Lord Shiva, and he travelled to Kashi, that is Uttar Pradesh, to bring back lingam. So while returning, he stopped and he wanted to take a rest under a tree. So from that time here, so he is trying to carry lingam, but it is refused to move. Okay, so because of this, at that time, so Parakrama Pandya understood that, so this is a Lord wish to install this lingam there, and that place is called as Sivakasi in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so for devotees who could not visit Kasi, so the Pandyas had built this Kasi Vishwantar temple in that place. Okay, so it is very much close to state border with Kerala. So this is about this topic, and now let us move on to next topic. So it is about coal, okay, global coal demand, which is likely to decline by 2026. So it is according to the forecast of IEA. So it is just forecast. So we have to see whether it is going to happen or not. And this topic is important from your environment and ecology. So we can connect with the recent updates of COP28 here. Okay, that thing I already said in the introduction. I am not going to repeat that once again. And I don't want to waste your time also. Okay. So if you see the context, it says that despite production of coal reaching a record in this year, global demand is expected to decline by 2026. So by 2026, there might be the decline in the demand of this coal. So this is the thing it's said by International Energy Agency. So what are the details? So while the decline is expected to be due to shift towards renewable energy and plateauing the demand in China, so India will remain driving force for the fuel until that year. So actually many countries, they are focusing on shifting or transition towards renewable energy. But here from Indian side, yes, we are going to see there will be increase in the demand, okay, compared to other countries. So this is the thing which said by this IEA. And this report which released on December 15th and says that global, that means across the globe, all countries, they will decrease the use of this coal, so that there will be decrease in the demand of coal by 1.4% in 2023. And it will surpass about 8.5 billion tons for the first time. And if you see the demand in European Union and United States is expected to drop by 20% each. And actually there is one controversy here, that is in India there is going to increase of use of coal by 8%, and even in China there is going to increase the use of coal by 5% in 2023, because actually we are having a huge demand for electricity and we have diminished power of generation of electricity to this hydropower. So because of this, yes, we need some time to go for transition to this renewable energy sources. So that will be happens at a rapid pace. So if you are getting loss and damage fund, and if you are getting technical and financial assistance from this developed countries to developing countries. And now let us see some facts regarding this IEA, that is International Energy Agency. So it is intergovernmental organization. Okay, so when it was established, so it was established in 1974 in France. So actually this agency which mainly focuses on energy policies. For example, it includes economic development, they're focusing on energy security, environmental protection. Okay, so these are the three important E's of IEA. And actually IEA Clean Coal Center, it is dedicated to providing independent information and analysis regarding how coal can becoming a cleaner source of energy and how it is compatible with United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And even there are some important focus areas. So we have to focus on energy security, like how can we promote diversity, efficiency, flexibility within all energy sectors. And even we can focus on economic development. So we have to ensure stable supply of energy to IEA member countries, and even we can promote free markets to foster economic growth, and even we can eliminate energy poverty. And this one is we can also focus on environmental awareness, like we can enhance international knowledge of options like how to tackle this climate change and what are the actions can be taken. So what are the technologies that you can use like that. And we can also focus on engagement of worldwide, like working closely with the non-member countries, and especially we can focus on the major producers and the consumers, and we can find some shared energy and as well as environmental concerns. So all these things are some important focus areas of IEA. And if you're talking about which are the reports released by this IEA, so these reports will be very important from your prelims. So you can get a question from this area. So first one is World Energy Outlook Report. So actually this question appeared in 2018 if I am not wrong. And next one is World Energy Investment Report, World Energy Statistics, World Energy Balances, Energy Technology Perspectives, India Energy Outlook Report. So these are some major reports which are released by IEA. And next topic is an uphill struggle to grow the Forest Rights Act. So here we have to focus on what is this Forest Rights Act. So when we came up with this act and what are the provisions, so what is significance, all these things are very important. And if you are a student of anthropology optional background, then this is at most important topic for you, and you will get every other question regarding this Forest Rights Act and PESA Act. So if you see here, when we came up with this FRA, so on December 18, 2006, Rajya Sabha endorsed Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Recognition of Forest Rights Act and has been enacted by the Lok Sabha as well. And this right or this act is called as Forest Rights Act. So it is focusing on India's social environmental legislation, and actually it want to bring down this long drawn conflict over forest encroachments. Okay, it is focusing on forest encroachment and to uphold the rights of these forest dwellers and scheduled tribes. So what are exactly these forest rights? So forest rights are nothing but they are the rights of traditional forest dwellers to forest resources, because these forest dwellers and these scheduled tribes, they are used to live in this forest and they used to collect this forest produce for their livelihood purpose, right? So if we are not giving that rights, then on which livelihood they will be depending upon. Okay, so here the forest rights are nothing but, so we are providing these rights of traditional forest dwellers to forest resources, and these communities, especially forest dwellers and scheduled tribes, they are dependent on the variety of the needs. For example, livelihood, for example, habitation, and for socio-cultural needs. They are a lot dependent on this forest. So we have to provide, or we have to ensure their rights. And what are the key provisions of this Forest Rights Act of 2006? So first one is, so the law which gives right to ownership, okay, that is a maximum of 4 hectares of land, okay, farmed by tribals to forest dwellers, and it refers only existing land but not new land. Only existing land, that should be not more than 4 hectares. And it can also focusing on this produce rights, like forest dwellers, they have the rights over minor forest produce, and they can take their cattle, okay, for the animal rearing or the grazing areas, and they can do even fishing as well. And this one is rehabilitation rights. So it provides in situ rehabilitation of displaced persons and even evicted without compensation prior to 13 December 2005. And even this act which provides for forest managing rights. Okay, so forest dwellers, they have been given right to protect and to regenerate and to conserve and manage the community forest resources. And this one is, so they also given like development rights like forest villages and habitations, okay, habitations, they are located in the forest lands, they can be converted into revenue villages. And what kind of rights are covered here? For example, rights of self-cultivation, habitation, okay, and even habitat rights of primitively or particularly vulnerable tribal groups, and access to biodiversity and traditional seasonal resources, access for nomadic and pastoral community. And they are also included community rights and intellectual property and traditional knowledge, and even there is recognition of traditional customary rights, and they have the right to protect, conserve and manage community forest resources. Okay, so all these rights are which are ensured under this Forest Rights Act. But who are eligible? So what is the eligibility criteria? So eligibility criteria here is to qualify as a forest dwelling scheduled tribe and to be eligible for the recognition of rights under this FRA. So here you must be belonging to a scheduled tribe in that area, and you must be primarily residing in the forest or forest land prior to 2005, and you must be dependent on the forest or forest land for the livelihood needs. So if you are eligible under this criteria, then this act will be applicable to you. So what is the significance? So significance here is, so this act which is preventing alienation of communities. So communities that were displaced from their traditional lands, they can claim their rights over the forest lands under the act. And even this act which also preventing sympathizing with the Naxal movement. And next one is development of tribal belts. So this act which also allowed for the development of these tribal areas, especially building of schools, hospitals, etc. And even this act which also focused on community development. And next one is, it also focused on protection of forest. So sustainable use of forest resources will promote community protection of these lands. And even we have a symbiotic relationship between the forest and wildlife. So in this way, so this act is very, very important, and even that led to upliftment of this marginalized community. Okay, that led to economic development in these areas. And even this act which is focused on prevention of exploitation. So prior to this act, forest dwellers, they were exploited by forest officials in the name of rules and as well as regulations. But here this act which prevented exploitation now. And even we are focusing on culture protection of these scheduled tribes, and even we are providing the livelihood opportunities for this scheduled tribe people. Okay, so this is about this topic. And now let us see next topic. It is about on selecting election commissioners. So this article is important from your polity, and especially in your Lakshmikant there are separate chapters for elections, Election Commission of India, electoral reforms. So from that point of view, this article is very important. So in the meanwhile, please let me know how many election commissioners and how many chief election commissioners are there in the composition of election commission. So please let me know in the comment box fast. So in the meanwhile, I will have some water. Done everyone? Yes. Now let us see the context why it is in news. So recently on December 12th, Rajya Sabha has been passed a bill. So this bill, it is about Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners appointment, condition of office and terms of office bill 2023. And it is likely to be enacted into law after being passed in Lok Sabha. So here if you see when this bill will becomes an act, so this bill that should be introduced in first house, and if it is passed in the first house, it will be placed in second house. So if this bill also passed in second house, it will be placed before president. So whenever president is giving assent, then that bill will become an act. So as of now, it is passed in Rajya Sabha. Okay, so this is the thing which mainly said in the context. So here this bill which provides for a procedure for appointment of Chief Election Commissioner and as well as other two election commissions. So here if you are talking about some constitutional provisions, yes, we have Article 324. Article 324 which provides for the composition of Election Commission of India. It says that we have one Chief Election Commissioner and we have two election commissioners. So the constitution which provides the appointment of CEC and EC that shall subject to provisions of any law which is made by Parliament, okay, be made by the President. So while existing parliamentary law which provides that there are some conditions of service and it is silent about the appointment process. So it is one loophole. the appointments till dates are made by the president, and that is central government, and there is no mechanism for ensuring independence of this appointment process. So there is no independence. So because of this, now the proposed bill which is going to suggest that CEC and EC, they shall be appointed by president on the recommendations of a select committee. So this select committee, which consists of Prime Minister and leader of opposition party in Lok Sabha and Union Cabinet Minister who is nominated by Prime Minister. So this is the members of the select committee. So this is a new point which is included in this bill, and we have to see when it is going to pass. Okay, so that's all. So these are some important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. Okay, and if you want to get the notes of this class, you can join the Telegram channel. And the name of that Telegram channel is Rathods IS classes. Okay, it is Rathods IS classes. Even the link of this Telegram channel is given in description box. You can directly click the link and you can join that channel so that you can get the PDF daily. And if there are any updates you are posting in that Telegram channel. And one more thing here is, if you really like this class, hit the like button and please do share this class to your friends also. And one more request here is, so please do join the prelims booster course. And if you have any queries, you can call me on this number 8074765513. So even if you text me in WhatsApp, I will be sharing you the schedule and as well as a brochure of this prelims booster course. And one more thing here is, please do subscribe to Rathods IS Academy. And thank you so much for watching.